Imagine for a moment that you're a believer in the existence of God. You're a theist, you're a Christian, Muslim, whatever. You are getting absolutely fed up going onto YouTube, finding smug atheists like me, confident that their position that believing in the existence of God without sufficient evidence is an irrational position, and consequently not accepting the existence of God as a fact. Imagine that you're going from site to site on Google, Christian sites, talking about how smug and how horrible and pompous atheists are in their confidence that they're right, not believing in the existence of God. You suddenly come across somebody who posts a proof, and this proof has got really fancy equations in it. Einstein is mentioned, the theory of relativity, and here is proof of the existence of God, and a request from the poster, an imperative to go and spread this good news, spread this proof everywhere you can across every possible atheist YouTube channel and website. Why would you do such a thing? Why would you do such a thing if you've got faith in the existence of God and you've got your own reasons? Why would you take something like this, take a so-called proof, a scientific proof, and spread it around, not even really checking whether it's actually valid and sound? Okay, so let's just get to the point. Quite frequently on my channel, I'm the Unrepentant Atheist, I have got Christians and theists who occasionally will post a proof and say, come on atheists, nobody's dealt with this so far. Let's hear from you. Let's hear it. Nobody can deal with this. I've posted this around and atheists won't respond. Nobody will engage with me on this. Well, somebody posted a so-called proof of the existence of God, and I've got it here. It's right in front of us. I'm sharing the screen, and if we have a look here at this post, the poster's name is let's see, RBWin3, posted 2 days ago. So he put this up. Now, I don't always reply to posts on my channel. It depends. If something rubs me the wrong way and I feel like responding, then I probably will. Otherwise, even if I don't agree with the person who's posting, I probably won't have the time or the motivation to get into a back and forth exchange. But I decided to do something about this poster, and let's just go through what he's saying. So he's saying, here is one reason I believe in God. And then he goes on to talk about Einstein's theory of relativity. And he does more than that. He actually posts a set of equations and then claims that these equations demonstrate effectively the theory of relativity in action. And then he goes on to claim that this is a miracle and it needs to be accounted for. And the only way to account for this miracle is by appealing to the existence of God. So I've seen this before. I've seen this many times, and in science in particular, for example, we've got some deviation from the standard model in physics, and at the moment we can't understand that. Therefore, we're going to have to invoke a God. Until we can understand this thing and we've explained it, we will have to believe in the existence of God because we've got no other choice. Well, we do have a choice. We can wait and we can keep investigating. We've got an anomaly, something which seems to be paradoxical, something which might even appear to be impossible. And because of that, rather than investigate and find out more information by observation, testing, etc., we're just going to simply believe in the existence of God. Well, that's not how I do things. I prefer to keep investigating and testing and waiting for more information. So let's just have a look at his challenge. So yeah, he's done this. He's put in these equations, whether he's just copied and pasted them, whether he really knows what they mean. I'm not a physicist. I've got no way of knowing whether he has represented these equations correctly. I can't interpret them. I just can't. They would have to be interpreted by a physicist. I'm not a physicist. But nevertheless, what he says in terms of his challenge, he says, here's the reason that why this convinces me that God exists. I have tried to discuss this with scientists and atheist since I first thought of it in high school. Oh, wow, that's a claim. So this is his own proof of the existence of God. So in high school, of course, in high school, they introduced Einstein's theory of relativity. Um, yeah, in high school, really? Do they really go into depth? I thought it was mainly Newtonian physics. They really go into depth on Einstein's theory of relativity. Well, that's impressive. And so he connected Einstein's theory of relativity with the existence of God. Strange that Einstein never did, but I suppose that's besides the point. So he said, I've tried to discuss this with scientists and atheists since I first thought of it in high school. Scientists react with profanity and insults. Atheists who are not scientists do not react at all. Be the first atheist to explain this from the perspective of modern science. Come on, atheist. There must be one atheist who will discuss this. How about this, open atheist? Now, I'm not a physicist. I don't know enough about the theory of relativity to exchange with him. But to me, it looks like an argument from ignorance. We don't know why things behave this way. We don't know why Einstein's theory of relativity describes these effects in reality. So the only thing I can do is assume that a God exists. I don't really get the connection. So I've said to him, I've replied to his post, okay, I'm going to post your proof in my community page and you can see some response. Looks like one big argument from ignorance, but hey, we will get some reaction for you. Yeah, okay, so I posted it. No response from him. I've had 10 replies from various, so thank you to you guys who have responded to his claims. So then I actually gave him the link and I've said, now reply to the responses within 24 hours or I will presume you're incompetent. Still no replies from him. You asked for some response and now you have it. Please go to my community page and engage. You have actual replies from actual atheists. I'm begging him now. I've done what he wanted. I've drawn attention to his proof. Okay, so 2 days later, still absolutely nothing from him, and I've just said, you are one lying coward time waster. I've posted your proof and there are replies demolishing it. You have no clue what you are talking about. I'm still waiting for a response. Why no response? Why just go from channel to channel, dumping this nonsense around and taunting atheists, telling lies, frankly? Why do that? I mean, if you were a theist, why would you do such a thing? Why would you go from place to place and just paste this wherever you can and then not even bother responding when you get replies? Yeah, so I have actually had some responses to this, some very good responses. Let me just read one or two. Pinky6758 says, by your logic, any electronic device counts as a miracle as well, because the laws of electromagnetism are also Lorentz invariant, obey special relativity. Okay, and then Corey Johnson, musician. Premise 1, theory of relativity is a thing. Premise 2, I like calling it a miracle. Conclusion, therefore God. Well, I mean, that's what it amounts to, isn't it? Yeah, so there are some good responses there. You can find them on the community page. Unfortunately, he's not come back to them at all. His so-called proof for God has been completely demolished. I wonder why, if he's invoking Einstein's theory of relativity, and maybe he would claim some kind of special expertise in science, why he hasn't submitted his proof to Nature magazine. Why doesn't he do that? Why doesn't he send his proof in, or to a philosophy magazine? Why does he waste the time of atheists with this nonsense? If he could get Nature magazine to look at this and say, oh, well, actually, maybe you have something and it's in Nature magazine and, you know, it's been peer reviewed, then I'm not saying that it would be too meaningful for me, but I might start to pay a bit more attention to it. But he hasn't even done that. He hasn't really submitted it where it needs to go. Yeah, so I've had others like this and I've highlighted them. I've given them an opportunity. And they almost never come back. It's the same thing. It's like a kind of hit and run. They arrive with some smug comments. Come on, atheists, you can't overturn this. You can't explain this. And then when it is debunked, when it is dealt with, when it is demolished, there's absolutely no response whatsoever. Complete and utter coward and a liar. I say a liar because this particular theist claims that no atheist has responded. Scientists respond with profanity and insults. That's a bit of a generalization. I mean, my subscribers who responded, they've responded in quite a civilized way. There are no insults there, just pulling his points to pieces, really. So I think the probability is that he's lying about that. I would imagine that a scientist would say, well, we're still investigating. We're still investigating this. Einstein discovered some remarkable properties which appear to be inconsistent with, I don't know, the nature of reality, and even paradoxical. It's a real curiosity, but let's keep testing and let's try to find out why and work towards some theory of everything where all this can be explained, or where we can maybe unite relativity and quantum physics or whatever. Let's keep on with the science and we can answer this question. But theists, in the weakness and poverty of their imaginations and minds, they leap to a God. Oh no, well, we don't need science. God can explain all that, so therefore God exists. No, that's an invalid conclusion from the so-called argument that you've presented. Okay, that's all for now. If you want to go and look at that, it's the second item on my community page. You can add some comments yourself. I would hope, if you're the person who posted that out there, if you're the person who posted that, should we say, so-called proof for the existence of God, why haven't you replied? You know, you just ran away like a coward. Nobody's convinced by your nonsense. The only people that are convinced are other dumb theists just like you. Okay, that's all for now. Hope you enjoyed that. I'll be back again with another video very soon. Oh, and by the way, you see, I do my own content. I don't just do commentary and reaction videos on Matt Dillahunty and The Line. I actually do my real own content, which is what I'm doing now. And if you look through my channel, those of you who are griping about me and complaining that I'm piggybacking on existing content, look through my channel. I actually do my own content like this video. Okay, bye for now.